obviously it wasn't them that made it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's obvious to anybody except very young children that they're not the ones that take the animals home at the weekend.
Yeah.
And they don't really care about the tortoise when they're not on air, that sort of thing.
I forgot about them. Yeah. Where does the dog go?
Well, one of the dogs, you're supposed to believe that the dogs did live with the presenters. And I know that possibly the one that had Shep probably did, because he did shows with him. But you're supposed to believe that the presenters took the animals home. But you knew they didn't. You knew they were part of the show.
Well, when you're little, you hoped that they did.
And but you realise at a certain age that they didn't.
Bollocks, yes, yeah.
The main reason for my calling is, sorry to cut in there, sorry, but this sort of sports presenter thing that they're doing this evening, would they have had a problem with it if Ricky Hatton had won last night? Is he in the voting? I don't know.
He is one of the nominees. Yeah, I've actually got the nominees up in front of me. Sorry to cut you off there, Tom.
Do you think if he'd knocked this bloke out in an incredible, 7 or 8 round fight and he, really destroyed him, would they have had a problem on their hands? Because I'm assuming that by yesterday they must have known who they were going to give it to.
Well, no, this is the thing. This year,
because they would have had to have had them in the studio.
I was thinking that myself, actually. Yeah.
No, there are ways they often give the award to somebody who's around the other side of the world, and they have a live.
Well, normally that's the international one. Normally the UK one they give to someone who's actually there, so they can do their whole present. In fact, the top 3 are normally always in the studio, aren't they?
This year they're going to have to be whiter than white, cleaner than clean, absolutely scrupulous. Everything is going to have to be done absolutely according to the book.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know when the phone line's open to make a vote. Are they open now?
They are. 20 minutes time, according to Alan. They close.
All right. Well, let's phone them up and see what happens.
Oh, Darcy Sato says,
good idea.
Surely with all this rigged voting going on, there's only going to be one winner of this year's BBC Sports Personality 2007. Harry Redknapp.
Who do you want to vote for? And I'll tell you what the number is, because there's a different number for each person you want to vote for.
Vote for James Toseland.
Shall I read out the nominees?
James Toseland. So who's
Just give me the number.
Because I need to find out from Alan what his option number is. But otherwise, at the moment, so Alan, tell me what James Toseland's number is. Otherwise, it is. I need to hang up using hold here.
The nominees this year are Johnny Wilkinson, rugby player, motorcyclist James Toseland, Justin Rose, golfer, Jason Robinson, rugby player, athletics star Paul Ratcliffe, Christine Oharugu, athletics, tennis player Andy Murray, boxers Ricky Hatton and Joe Calzaghe, and Formula 1 driver Lewis Hamilton.
So what number am I done?
Right, well, Joel Kawasaki is number 1, right? So that's the only one I've got.
James Toseland actually won something. So.
Okay, so it's 09...
Just tell me the numbers.
It's not a great bunch, is it?
09015.
You have to hit 9 first, Tom.
Yeah, I did.
Hang your handset up. That's it. Now bring up the
Can I
handset.
just, while you're doing this,
just explain
when you were
something?
watching the fight last night...
Can I just explain something?
Did you,
Matt and
go
Scott, I know how to work a fucking phone.
Okay.
Work it.
All right? I know how to work a fucking phone. Okay?
Okay.
I'm 54.
Okay.
All right? I'm NUJ. I've got a double first.
Okay.
Okay? I know how to work a phone.
You are a man.
It's 9. Jeez, she's like talking to your granddad.
Matt, did you watch the fight last
Do
night?
you know how to email, granddad?
I didn't know.
Right, I was just thinking maybe you got a taste of what Ian Lee's going to do to you.
Oh, yeah, very funny, yeah.
Give you a good battering in the ring.
Yeah. You see, I'm the unknown entity here, G-Man. So
Hold on, right. I've pressed 9.
09.
09.
What is that? Oh, okay. 015.
15.
22.
That's not working.
It's not working.
No,
is it?
you need to dial the number before you route it to the desk, because once it's routed to the desk, it takes control away from the actual set. So you have to dial the number, then route it into the desk.
Okay.
Not to work a fucking phone.
Right, so 09 015 22 01.
01. And I'm voting
That
now
should be
for
Joe
who?
Calzaghe.
Okay, right. I'm routed through to air now, so see what happens.
Nothing.
There
Well,
you
that's
go.
the number Alan gave me, so...
Okay.
But surely you don't need to hear anything. It'll register the fact that you've called,
No.
register the vote.
No.
It'll say you
that's not the way
voted
it works.
for such and such. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if anybody's watching, give us the numbers. I want to do this now. I'm going to do this. I've always wanted to do this, so I'm going to do it. Okay.
Do you not think, though, that... Sorry, I was going to say, do you not think now they do this sort of thing, and obviously I know there's the controversy, do you not think it'd be easier if they just published the amount of people that called for them after the show?
Correct.
Although they just said, look, Joe Calzaghe won and he got this many calls. And,
that is correct.
Then they'd get rid of all this controversy. It wouldn't need to happen.
There is an enduring illness in broadcasting, and the illness manifests itself in the following way. You have to create the impression that your programme is immensely well supported by viewers or listeners. And you will do that, and you will carry out as many deceptions as you possibly could in order to carry off that piece of untruth or subterfuge. And I can remember doing competitions on television where you would have mailbags stuffed with shit.
Yeah.
And on the top of it would be 3 letters. And those would be the only 3 letters that your national TV programme had got in answer to your question, which is, what is your own name?
But then, Tommy, can I ask you a question? Why did I never flipping win anything?
Nor did I. And when I got the job...
Why is it, though, that I don't know anybody that won a Blow Peter pen or a blankety blank checkbook medal, all these things that you have to write in to get or whatever? Why is it no one knows anybody who's won it?
Have you entered some of these things, then?
I'm sure I wrote to Blue Peter about something when they were doing one of their appeals. I know that I sent a piece of artwork into the Tony Hart thing that never made it on.
Me too. When I was 9, I sent a piece of artwork into Magpie, right? And then 10 years later, I'm presenting it. And do you know what's really significant? The first day I was in the office, I went looking round for my piece of art. And that is not a joke. I wanted to know where it was and why I didn't win, because my caricature of Chopper Harris was the best football drawing they had, and it should at least have been up on the wall, never mind about getting one of the ribbons. So these things are important, and you need to be honest with children. That's why I have a dilemma at the moment, because at the BBC you're still required on daytime broadcasting to go along with the fact that there is a Father Christmas. And there isn't. There just isn't.
So they're telling you can't lie about...
I haven't had the latest on that one. We're being honest, but we are supposed to tell some lies. Is that a bad lie, that Father Christmas doesn't exists? It's a good lie, but it's still a lie. So it's kind of a tricky one for them, isn't it? If I'm going to send an email to the Director General tomorrow morning.
I think we should drop this whole blooming Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny thing. It's dated now, isn't it?
Well, it is, but not. If you had kids, you'd realise what pleasure it brings.
But why can't Christmas be special without some guy? It's like
it should be, shouldn't it?
Well, everybody relies on Father Christmas to bring the mystery and the intrigue to Christmas. Why?
Yeah.
Why? All they fucking give a shit about is the presents.
My daughters were... Well, one of my daughters was horrified when she realised that I'd lied to her.
Well, what's the first thing that's going to be going through a child's head when you say Santa Claus doesn't exist? It's going to be, right, does that mean I don't get any presents?
Yeah, first thing.
That's it. They don't care about Santa Claus. They don't care who brings them the present, as long as they're there when they wake up in the morning.
Well, it's not quite that ruthless.
But as you're growing up... As you're growing up, come on, there's a lot of things that when you get to a certain age you realise aren't real, and you either realise it for yourself or one of your mates tells you or your parents tell you, whatever like that. It's just part of growing up, because when you get into real life, there are no tooth fairies. No one's going to hand you presents at Christmas just for being good. So isn't it nice that when you're younger those things are real, isn't it? That's a sort of security when you're younger, that those things do happen, because when you get older you realise that you're on your own, or it's just you and your very close friends and family, that no one's really ever going to help you or anything. So isn't it good that when you're younger you get that security?
Good point. Bloody good point.
No, I think we should be prepped for the real world and not hidden from it.
I'll tell you the reason why it's not working.
No, hold on. Just Stuart's about to talk. I've been trying to call the Joe Calzaghe line, or some vote for anybody. Vote for anybody. What's the problem, Stuart?
I bet the phone system here doesn't let you dial premium rate numbers.
Okay. Is it a premium rate number?
09015.
Oh yeah, they're probably making £1 a call.
All right, let's do it loudspeaker on my mobile.
Okay, Matt's going to do it loudspeaker on his mobile.
Now
let me do that. I'm much richer than you are. It's going to cost you a fortune. I'll do it.
I can do it. My company pays for my phone bill.
How dare you?
I thought you were on pay as you go.
5.
I'm not volunteering my phone, just so you're...
I'm not volunteering mine either.